There's been a lot of material posted lately, and the proliferation of these online sources has made content production pretty much a breeze. Anyone can create a blog for no cost and publish or discuss their thoughts, experiences, and knowledge on any topic they want. It takes them no time at all to create a blog or YouTube channel and begin posting content. In any case, I've given some serious thought to who exactly these individuals are. Do they have any idea what they're even talking about? To what end are these self-proclaimed millionaires trying to make a buck off of you by selling you courses? If they've already made their millions, then why bother selling a course? Well, that's what Charlie Munger hopes to tell us today. Hey, hello, hi everybody, welcome back to Econify. I'm glad you could join us. Today, we're going to look at these fake social media gurus, what they do to scam individuals, and what Charlie Munger says about them. Like and subscribe to Econify and tell us what you think of this video in the comments right there. So, let's start digging. You can say whatever you want on the internet because, as I stated, anyone can publish anything. If you've got some solid marketing chops, being an influencer won't be too much of a challenge for you. But there are many challenges on YouTube with advice on improving yourself financially and personally and living the life you envision for yourself. Almost all of us have probably had these bogus guru ads pop up while we were using social media. I've got tons of them, and what's actually funny is that it has everything you could want. Fast vehicles, mansions, attractive women, and a promise to improve your life. It's disappointing that, even though I recognize these moves as a fraud, many folk don't. People wind up losing a lot of money because of this. You can learn a lot of new talents, get rich, and completely transform your life by watching these videos. Or so they say. Actually, many people do believe that. They expect to increase their financial standing once they get involved, but in the end, they just lose the money they invested with no return. If you give in to the seduction of a fake guru, you will lose a lot of money, learn nothing useful, and be filled with nothing but regret. Now more than ever, anyone with a sincere interest in acquiring new knowledge can do so without even spending a dime. You shouldn't waste your money on courses taught by these so-called gurus. You can find countless videos on pretty much any topic on YouTube. You can find even free classes on platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and Skillshare. These platforms at least feature verified experts with appropriate credentials. Maybe you should consider that you too could shoot a video like this one up top by renting a swanky location, a flashy car, and some attractive models. And once you've got individuals to sign up for your online course through your adverts, you can easily just dupe them. But that would be totally unethical. It's a surefire way to amass wealth, but it comes with a heavy price of guilt. Charlie Munger is a business magnate, philanthropist, investor, and architect slash real estate lawyer slash lawyer. Jesus, he's got a lot of things going on. He is the vice chairman of Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway. And even though Charlie is 97 years old, he is still a top professional in his field. I won't bore you with the specifics of his life, but if you're interested, you can look them up online. Especially noteworthy is the fact that as of January of 2022, he had a net worth of $2.3 billion. But he can't stand how people who claim to be wealthy can charge you to ship their books while promising you a 300% ROI on your money. If you could find a way to increase your income by 300% in a year, he argues you wouldn't bother selling books. He also says that these individuals are actively trying to deceive you. Take note, I'm willing to wager that this man isn't perfect either, but we can only work with what we have. But think about it, really, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk have never tried to sell you a book or a course that guarantees you that you'll become a billionaire. In fact, their behavior betrayed their true feelings. Amazon.com, the largest online retailer, was created by Jeff Bezos. Warren Buffett made annual returns of 20 to 30% by applying his expertise in finance and business. Elon Musk has amassed a fortune by just pursuing his interests. Well, not just pursuing his interests. You gotta know what you're doing as well. But, you know, he knows what he's doing and he's got some interest. We'll leave it at that. But I digress. Munger believes that trying to encourage a bunch of kids to start taking heroin is essentially what people are trying to do in the modern world when they try to teach you how to enter and actively trade in stocks. And that's really stupid. And how likely is it that the person who had unintentionally discovered a way to make $300 per year was trying to sell books to you online when you have people on television in another great place saying, I have this book that will guide you on how to start making $300 per year, and all you need to do is pay for shipping and then I will mail it to you. Really? If you think so, then you've got to wise up fast. According to studies cited by the New York Post, over 60% of US citizens have fallen prey to an online con artist at some point. In terms of the whole population, that's a sizable chunk, so obviously it's not just dimwits who fall for these schemes, although it's arguable. Because in 2018, a buddy of mine was duped by a programming course promising instant wealth. It was advertised on YouTube that with the help of an online course, he could leave his job and trade foreign exchange. This opportunity to learn from an experienced professional came at a cost of several $1,000s, all of which he had to pay up front for the course. Even though the investment sounded risky, he reasoned that the profits would allow him to break even relatively quickly. So he put in around $10,000, the vast majority of his life savings, and then he was naturally distraught when the FX guru stole his money and disappeared. His account was actually reading zeros. And his experience is not unprecedented. Fake gurus and con artists are taking advantage of people all around the country by promising them the keys to health, riches, and success in exchange for a little fee. In order to appear more human, they often address the audience's problems. Also, unfortunately, using this method greatly increases the likelihood of falling for a con. Mr. Munger tells a story that he thinks is interesting about modern life, though it takes place in a different era. It's about a man who has a wonderful horse, and while he usually behaves himself and causes little trouble, every once in a while he becomes dangerous and vicious, breaking the arms and legs of riders and otherwise wreaking havoc. The man goes to the vet and asks, "What can I do about this horse?" And he just tells him to sell the horse the next time it's acting normal. Like, for real? Now that's pretty immoral too. Think of it, the bad things you're going to put the next buyer through. It's just like what he said about private equity and what people do to sell them. If you still remember, most folk who want to sell troublesome private equities just look for the sleekest way to do it. How? Well, they hire an investment banker, and what he does is make some really large predictions, which aren't going to lead any place because they're simply bogus projections. That's terrible and certainly not a sustainable way to make a living. The fact that fraudsters are brazen enough to stare their victims in the face while they carry it out is even more repulsive. To be fair, no one could really be held responsible. Everyone, at least, wants something out of life. However, you should not try to go around actually established business practices. You won't accomplish anything by doing that. All it will do is make you sad because of how much money you've lost. As for making money off of clients' foolishness, he and Warren, that's Warren Buffett, say they've never done that. But they were looking to make a profit off of the purchase, but they didn't want to mislead buyers into thinking that the horse was a cure for arthritis. That's if they were the man with the horse in the example. Consider the difficulties of running a carnival without a carny, and you'll understand why humans have always sought for ways to exploit one another. So the key is carnivals. Eradicate carnivals and we're good to go. But on a serious note, what exactly do you need to do? There's nothing more you have to do than grow up and get some perspective. There are many people you should avoid interacting with if you have the opportunity to do so. Becoming more self-aware is the best option. Don't immediately accept everything you read or hear online as a fact. Instead, you should think about these things. Is there any way to verify the content's legitimacy? Who exactly is responsible for the content? Were you able to take something away from it? If he doesn't want to make this kind of content, then why is he making it? So one of the best ways to limit time spent on pointless web browsing is to ask these kind of questions. Also, you should unfollow these gurus on all social media platforms and only follow people who post genuine stuff and add value to your life. But that is all for today's video, guys. I hope you've turned on the bell notification to get updates on our next video, but if you forgot, make sure to like and subscribe to Econify, and as always, thanks for watching.